And we're live! Hello, everyone. This is the best podcast we got. I'm Justin.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about Rhode Island myths and legends.
Even found a few cryptids that I never even knew Rhode Island had.
I didn't even know what cryptids were.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. But before we do it, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. That way, more people can see our show. It helps with the algorithm, I heard.
And it makes me really happy.
It makes Steven very happy.
Smile on my face. Every time.
Every
view.
Every subscription and view helps Steven buy another can of Spam.
Yeah. And
he needs that to survive.
Spam. That's what I live on. Spam.
Spam and onions.
That's why my skin has a sheen to it, like the Spam.
So today we're going to be talking about some local myths.
Myths, urban legends.
Lore.
All kinds of cool shit.
Yeah. And we'll start with one of the biggest ones. The New England vampire scare.
Out of everything that we were researching, I think this is the most plausible. When I say plausible, I mean like it really happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get into that. You can get that stuff.
Yeah. So back in the 1800s, later in the 1800s, a lot of people were dying from what then they called consumption, which we now know as tuberculosis.
Vampirism.
Yeah. Vampirism, which we now know to be vampires. But there were lots of local remedies and different things that they thought you could solve the consumption by eating the blood, the remnants of
organs of
those who had passed.
Before that, I mean, consumption is like it's obviously a disease. I think you can get it by breathing the same air.
Yeah,
right?
it was airborne, but they didn't know that. They thought it was a curse.
So yeah, they thought like a family member would get sick first. And then it withers away. You start to. You look awful.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It makes you.
You literally wither away, and the family members would also start to get it usually, and then they thought that if they sent them somewhere else that they would heal. So, but what they ended up actually doing was just spreading the disease. So they would send them into the mountains.
For that fresh air.
Yeah. And so there was a family in Rhode Island called the Browns. And this is one of the more famous vampire cases. The Brown family had got stricken with the consumption illness. The mother of the family was the first to pass, then the eldest sister. And then it started working its way down to the younger siblings. The son was the last one to be infected, and they sent him to Colorado Springs to get better. They thought that was the only to breathe in the mountain air, and that was the only way to get better. But when he came back, he was much worse. So the father was.
I mean, it seemed like the women got it first, and then they did everything under the sun to save this last guy.
Yeah,
they were going above and beyond. Like everyone else in the house just died. Just die. And then him after everyone pretty much dies, he's the last one. They dig up the body of
Mercy. Well, they dig up Mary and Mercy. What they find when they dug up the three was Mary and Mary were skeletons. But Mercy was still in completely fine. Like, she looked like she hadn't decomposed at all. But before that, the reason, the Browns, right, they just, he had seen tons of his children die, and he was just looking for some way to end this. So that's why he allowed the townsfolk, convinced him to dig up his wife and kids, and once they did, a doctor went out there with them, so they exhumed all and then they found Mercy, who was in perfect condition. They're like, see, vampire.
She's the one.
This is because what they believed was the townsfolk believed that this curse was one of the people that was dead was basically sucking dry all the other family members.
And because, she was the only one that was still well preserved and juicy.
Yeah.
Like, had wet blood.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How's gonna make out? She's a wet ass body.
Yeah, they cut her open, and supposedly there was still blood in her heart. So basically they were like, this is a vampire. This is a wab vampire.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
So what they did was they took the heart and the liver, burned it, and used the ashes in a remedy and fed it to the son. The brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And he later died.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
No. Ashes of human hearts don't.
Yeah.
Just a cannibalistic tea, if you will.
But this was all going on, right? There was the young family in Foster had a similar situation. The whole family, same thing happened. But the fathers in both cases didn't pass. Just the whole family.
Yeah, you're right. I think there was another case. They lived
until really, really old. Both the young and the Brown, and in the case of the Brown family, the father. I wonder if he was the vampire.
Well, if you really think about it,
he was the only one unaffected.
Well, I think he was just old as shit and had a really good immune system.
He made it that far. Or he was a vampire.
But if you think about it, though, back in the day, before like science and all this other shit, before science came in and ruined how fun vampirism is. But like you see like one person in your family gets sick and they look like they're like literally just withering away, and then like over time someone else gets it, and then they just like have vampirism on the mind because, you know, they don't know what germs are.
Yeah.
And then they dig this person up and this one preserved and still juicy.
Why do you always talk about them like you want to eat them?
They're marinated. But anyway, and then you see that, it just kind of adds like almost like it might be real.
Yeah.
Especially if you know that, like, we know germs exist in disease spread, but it's kind of interesting that they would think like someone was sneaking in at night and taking shit from them, like stealing their life force, and then that person dies and then someone else gets it. That's pretty interesting if you think about it. Yeah,
I mean, it was definitely an interesting way. You know, it was their way of it
rationalizing it. Yeah, rationalizing just the disease.
But it wasn't the like the people in the city of Providence printed on the paper saying that they were superstitious and like the people in the city didn't believe vampires existed.
Yeah, because they were like, that's what a germ is. That's a disease called consumption.
And the doctor who went along, he said that basically that this kind of stuff happens all the time, especially during the winter months. You know, the body's much better preserved, and that could have easily happened, but the people...
It's a vampire!
No, it's a vampire, and cooked her organs. And then when they found out that didn't work, they were like, "Oh shit!"
I think
buried them.
I was looking into the treatments for consumption, and it was pretty much just drink a lot, like alcohol, like be drunk was like a remedy for consumption. Mm-hmm. So all they would do, like you have the people in the like rural areas, like, no, what you gotta do is dig up the body, remove the heart and liver, cook it up, and put the ashes in the tea.
Yeah,
and then the guy's like, what are you, stupid? You just gotta give him whiskey, you know? They're playing to know this like nonsense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the whiskey didn't help either.
Tuberculosis killed like 80% of the people that were infected. So
it
was bad.
The rate was through the roof.
But I was just saying, like, I didn't think in both cases like it didn't hit me until now that both the fathers lived, but the wife, both women passed away. You would think that they would be relatively close in age.
Because they look like... Either that or they were like... they didn't give a shit. They only loved their family from afar, really, because they're working a lot.
I'm pretty sure in both cases the wives were the first people infected. I could be wrong, but I think...
Well, it makes more sense because back in the day, the wife would be at home a lot, right? Around the kids and everything.
Well, they might be the one who goes down to the market to get the food, so they'd have more interaction with the, in the local forum.
Yeah, because I don't know. At the time, I think they had like mills and fucking farms and shit, but that's open air too.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they had mills, factories, but I think they still went to the marketplace to go get food.
Yeah.
Aside from their own farms that they lived on, they still trade and
I don't know. It's weird. Or the fathers were vampires.
Coincidence or vampires? You decide. You got another one for us?
Oh, all right. Let's talk about one of the more interesting ones that I like. Fingernail Freddy.
Fingernail Freddy.
Yeah, this one's weird, and I didn't know.
Is this the basis of the movie Freddy Got Fingered?
No. I didn't see the movie, but Tom Green?
Yes.
Yeah. He's kind of funny.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's okay.
He's alright.
I like him.
Alright, we're good. I was like, why is he pointing at me? Oh, yeah.
Sure.
But, yeah, so, Fingernail Freddy comes from, it's not what you think. It wasn't inspired from Freddy Krueger or anything like that, because Freddy Krueger, he came out in the 80s. This is from 1950s, this story. Yeah. So, this is Cumberland, Rhode Island, and it's mostly can be traced back to a camp. It was a Christian camp called... Fuck, where is it? Say something. It was like Kananamuwakat or something like that. Chimera.
That rolled off the tongue.
So close. Wow, that one Chimera.
You should name camps.
What did I say first?
Kanamaka or some shit.
Kanamaka.
That wasn't even close. Alvin Kamara.
Mine was better than Chimera.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded real.
Kamara.
I wouldn't have second guessed it.
Well, anyway.
You said kumquat.
What?
You sounded like you said kumquat.
Kumquat. It's spelled weird. And it's very
Chimera Kamaket or something like that. It was like
I wrote it down by hearing it, so this is not how you say it.
Making his own language over there.
Well, anyway, so it was from the summer camp would tell these stories about this a hermit that was in the woods around the camp, and he hated people for some reason. He was a very angry man, and he especially hated children. And had let his fingernails grow out to be like claws.
So you.
I guess. But and then another story that can be traced back to the same camp. And then that one was it was another called Hot Shot Charlie.
Hot Shot Charlie.
And this was like an urban legend in the area too that had some traction and pretty famous. Was this guy had a farm. And the kids would go on to his farm and steal his wheat and fucking let his cows out, and they had to go get the cows. He'd piss them off all the time,
It sounded like a bunch of jerk kids.
Really jerks, like assholes. Little asshole kids. Maybe that's why Fingernail Freddy hated them. Sound like a area had awful children. But so one day, Hot Shot Charlie had enough, so he put some rock salt in the old shotgun. And starts shooting the kids. They come close. And one of them got hit pretty bad.
Yeah.
And this pissed off the wild gang of feral children. And so they decided to burn his fucking house down.
As you handled things back in the day.
Yes, so they burnt the house down. Fortunately, he wasn't there. Unfortunately, his wife and kids were very much in the building. And they tragically lost their lives. So then he gets there, it's like, oh my god, my wife and kids are in there, and he runs into the building, and he's trying to save his family desperately, and he ends up getting really burnt. His face gets horribly mangled, he just looks like a fucking pizza, And then, now he's like a recluse, now he's all pissed off and angry at the children, now he hates them, wants his revenge, swears he's gonna get it, but no one sees him after the fire.
Yeah.
Except for after he died, and then he's haunting the premises, haunting the kids but he doesn't take it out just on the kids. goes on
Everybody.
He's just anybody in that stretch of woods, he'll haunt and freak out. You know?
In Cumberland.
Cumberland, yeah.
There's actually a bunch of stuff in Cumberland. Like, I feel like that whole area, like Cumberland,
Oh, dude.
Lincoln, Foster, Gloucester,
This is
that's like fucking scary way.
listen. Right where Cumberland is, there's a stretch of road called Tower Hill Road.
Yeah.
It's near Cumberland or in
Yep.
Cumberland.
Tower Hill Road. Yep.
Yeah. And that is like the hotbed of all supernatural activity in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
There has been ghost sightings, UFO sightings, zombie sightings. Don't know how, I'm probably just drunk people, I don't know. But anyway, they have the Monkey Man.
Oh, the Monkey Man, yeah.
The Monkey Man,
Yeah.
who really just sounds like a nice guy that was doing parkour in the day and he was really hairy. I don't know. But yeah, the Monkey Man is over there. It's like the Rhode Island Bigfoot. That was an actual person with
Just hairy.
hairy, and he was like, he
I
could
heard
jump
about him.
right
His
up in
real
the street.
name was Timmy Turcotte.
I can climb, but I can't jump high.
One of the cool ones that I saw is actually Block Island based. So it's Palatine. And
Yep.
You heard that one?
Yep, I
So
did.
basically, it's a Rhode Island urban legend. It's about a ship from the 1700s that the passengers on the ship were stranded during a storm, and then in one tale it was pirates took the ship and killed the crew, and basically, and in both cases, basically the people on the ship were stranded on the ship. But in the other version, where the storm, basically the crew mutinies and basically takes over the ship and basically sends the ship to shore to
Ground it.
Yep, and basically what happened was the boat eventually obviously crashes into Block Island, and most of the people were rescued off the ship, but there was one person left on the ship, and the people of Block Island didn't want it to get grounded because then it would be stuck, and they didn't want it to get stuck in the bay, so they burnt the ship, not knowing there was still one person on the ship, and everyone on shore could hear the one person screaming, because they're being burnt alive.
How far away from the shore was he? Didn't they?
It just said that the townspeople burned the ship to avoid the boats getting caught up in the debris, to avoid other boats getting caught up in the debris. So they burnt it before it got too close, and then the remaining passengers were on the boat. Were on the ground, and they could see the fire blazing from out in the ocean on the shore, and I guess to that point today, the ship reappears during that same time of year, at that same time once a year, and just comes into the bay, apparently. Burning ship. People have seen it with the sound of a lady screaming. One time a year.
So it was that...
Every year.
It was a lady screaming?
Yeah. A ghost on a burning boat reappears every year.
I bet she's just like, I wish I learned how to swim. Someone throw that bitch a life jacket.
I can't believe they leave this one lady on there, and then that's it.
Well, it's a burning ship. I mean,
No, the ship wasn't. Well, yeah, I guess.
you gotta get off the ship.
I guess she didn't get off the ship in time. That was the thing. Is she wasn't.
Or like,
Maybe she was in the potty.
Oh, she could have been. She was in the potty.
I don't think they had.
They had ship
Bathrooms.
potties.
They had buckets.
She was in the bucket room.
She was in the broom closet.
Maybe she was taking a nap and then woke up on
She could have
fire.
been sleeping.
She could have been sleeping down
Yes.
below, and
Yeah.
then
Woke
oh
up on
fuck, the
fire.
boat is on fire.
Oh fuck! Yeah,
that would be like the
would
worst.
suck. That's literally-
You were like
That's way
down below, like deep
Yeah.
in the ship, and the fucking ship was
That's
on
awful.
fire.
Yeah. That sucks. And then it's like, do I have a choice? I could either drown or be burnt alive.
Yeah.
Like, that's awful.
Well, not even having the choice, basically.
Yeah,
The ship's not even sinking. It's just heading towards the shore.
I mean, once it burns more, it will sink.
Yeah, eventually.
But I'm sure the significant amount has to be on fire. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's
That's a bad one.
But
a horrible way to go.
But if you ever want to see, look it up, and maybe you can go there on that day that the ship comes pouring into
We're gonna investigate this.
Yeah. We need to find the burning ship.
As we said in previous episodes, I wonder if it's the Gatsby Day celebration.
Huh?
Remember I told you they light the Gatsby on fire on that day every day?
Every year that ship goes.
You have one group of festivities happen, everyone gets together and across the bay. It's just like, that's
the people in Cranston are celebrating, the people in Block Island are
terrified. That ghost ship, it's always on fire.
What monster just keeps sending this burning ship back to us?
Yeah, it's just like it's actual. Yeah, that's fucking great. I hope that was a thing. I wish that happened. Not the murder. I mean, not the horrible part, but the confusion. Yeah.
So what else we got, Steve?
All right, let's see. We have. I guess we get into the witching tree or the witch tree. Now this is supposedly the final resting place of a tree that was in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. I mean, of a witch that was in Smithfield, Rhode Island. The tree and the witch are
they're one and the same.
No, they are not the same.
Turns into a tree.
I love how they fumble before every story. They're like, oh fuck, stage fright. Lines! But anyway, it's the witch was haunting the town, and then it's very similar to that other story. That they all have a common theme of a woman was once a healer, and then
this one is in the middle of the intersection of Log and Main School Road, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Yep,
same thing. And if you see pictures of it, it's like
in case you want to go there.
It's not there right now. They replanted it. They chopped it down.
They did?
Yeah, and then they put in a new tree.
And that's why 2020 happened.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Maybe. Now, this happened a couple years ago, 5 years, 10 years ago. But the original tree was just like, it just looks like they paved the road right around this small tree.
Well, it's cursed. You can't just chop it down.
That's why they didn't do it. They were saying some bullshit that if they knocked it down, then it would disturb the asphalt and they'd have to repave it. So they never did that, but it seemed like they was like, oh, if we can't do that. Because this old lady at the corner always bitched whenever they tried to knock it down, like she was a hawk. And then maybe a witch. I don't know. She was some kind of itch.
Itch bag.
But it looks bizarre though, because it's like a rotary with just a fucking creepy looking tree in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous and should definitely be fucking off the road. Because I could just see car accidents happen all the time. But supposedly they kept it there because the witch was buried underneath it. That's pretty much the substance into that story.
Did you hear about what can happen if you drive around it?
Oh, yes. If you drive around it 13 times?
No, 3.
3?
Yeah, 3 times.
3, and 6, and 13 times.
If you drive around it 3 times and head in a certain direction, you'll be followed by a phantom. No chance it's a cop.
Yes. Because it's like, if you see that, it's not like a big rotary. It's literally, it looks like it's 10 feet wide. Like, it's like very...
It's literally just a tree in the middle of the street.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'll show it. I'll put a picture of it up there. It's really just insane. It looks stupid. But, yeah, so they don't really get into what the witch did, really, that much. It was more like, she was a witch, so we buried her in this tree.
I mean, during the time, really, did you have that much?
Yes.
She's a witch!
The most interesting aspect of the story really is the tree in the middle of the road. Yeah. But now that it's gone and they replaced it, thank God.
The tree is...
Did they find anything?
I mean, when you tore down the fucking tree, just put pavement over it, and then it wouldn't be special no more. Yeah. I don't know. I'd hate it.
I mean, you... What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was saying, when they tore up the tree, did they
Yeah.
find anything underneath it?
What happened?
I don't think no, they never mentioned anything. I think they just literally like chopped it down and then pulled the stump up. And that was it. It wasn't cool like Roger Williams' grave, or supposed grave, when the apple tree that they found his body, supposedly the roots had gone into his vein system.
Yeah.
And like it
Was
went
feeding
into
off
like
of
a
him?
cool fucking root body corpse thing.
That's a cool way to go.
It's a cool way to end, I guess. But then
Be a part of a tree.
that sucks. You don't move. It is fucking breezy. Bugs eat at you.
Yeah.
It's an awful fate.
One of them actually in the Cranston area. Do you hear about the Sprug Mansion? Sprug Mansion?
Sprug.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yes, Sprug mentioned. I love how you fumble too. This is great.
Sprug
We're being
Mansion.
fucking haunted, people.
Did you hear about
Yeah.
the screw?
The Sprug.
Sprug Mansion. After basically after a chilling murder took place there, the mansion has had paranormal activity since. Lights flickering, cool gusts in the house with all the doors, windows shut, and footsteps reported. The place is now a museum that you can go to, but apparently all these things have happened at night where, the lights are going on and off, cold winds in there.
Classic haunting activity.
Classic haunting activity.
I actually believe this was on Taps.
What was it?
Ghost Hunters.
It was on Ghost Hunters?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty good.
Probably.
They didn't.
They're from around here, right?
Yeah, they were from Warwick.
Yeah.
Warwick.
Wow.
Warwick. But yeah, I don't think we found anything in that though.
Huh?
Found a couple of cold spots.
That's
An
it.
EVP. EVP. Can't fucking speak. EVP. Electronic Voice Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Phenomena.
Phenomenon.
I wanted to so
I
bad.
love it. Alright, let me tell you about the cool shit. The
Okay.
cryptids. The Glocester Ghoul.
The Glocester Ghoul.
Listen to the description of this, Justin. Listen to how fucking awesome this is. Alright. A large animal with starry eyes, as big as pewter bowls. The eyes look like balls of fire. When it breathes, flames come out of its mouth and nostrils, scorching the brush in its path. The Glocester Ghoul. It's as big as a cow, with dark wings.
That was an elephant.
On each side of it has bat wings, spiral horns like a ram. I'm gonna skip all the old timey English bullshit. And then it has scales like a dragon. No, scales like clamshells. Very in the Rhode Island.
Yeah,
Very Rhode
clamshells.
Island. And then a rattling noise. That's weird. But
Is that emphysema?
it sounds like somebody saw like a car that was with headlights. Like they were really fucked up on mushrooms or something.
Yeah.
But evidently 5 guys, it was like the last guy to be executed for being a pirate, said that he's seen the Glocester Ghoul.
Glocester Ghoul?
He was like the main guy, him and 4 of his buddies. I'm guessing they did some very psychic shrooms. Some shrooms or something.
They did some shrooms.
And they were just in the fucking Gloucester, and they just saw a car coming at them through the brush. That's what the fireball
How long
was.
ago was this pirate murdered?
A while ago. I don't know. Oh, maybe it was. I don't know.
Was it a car or a carriage?
Ooh, that was what the
I have a
rattling
question.
noise was.
And this could potentially back up the theory that it was a car. So when it says it has bat wings, and it's the size of a cow, are these bat wings to scale? Are they literally little cow? If so, that could be the side mirrors on the body of a car, because they're super tiny.
It does
on a
sound
big
like a
car.
car.
Or maybe this guy could see into the future and he saw a car coming at him.
Hold on, I gotta.
Time travel.
Time travel.
This
The portals here.
no. This was 1839.
Yeah.
And
No cars.
this is great. This is I fucking love this website for real. It's Strange New England.
Shout out.
Shoutout.com. Fucking great site. No, seriously, I love it. But yeah, and then that's pretty much that. He just goes around haunting the fucking the woods over there. I think that's only one account of the fucking actually
Glocester Ghoul, but they have all this information.
But look at
there's one account, but there's all this shit about it.
So it reads like a D&D monster bio. I fucking love it. But it's just, hey, it's a cryptid. It's found and it has an incident in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I mean, there's literally just as much evidence for this as any other bullshit, you know. So. Yeah. I thought it was cool. I like the gold. And then the other cryptid I found was the skeleton in Swampton, Rhode Island, and essentially it's a headless skeleton. It's like people in Swampton will be in the woods and they'll see a blue glow and the dark shambling, like just figurette of the headless skeleton, and then I guess a couple that lived close to where the main hauntings are. They heard a noise of someone scrambling around their front lawn. They go look outside and they see the headless corpse looking for his head supposedly, and then they get scared and then the wife runs up and hides under the covers, and then that was pretty much where the story ends. And they wake up the next day to find the front yard tossed, and then on top of that, people in the same woods, Justin, they see a floating glowing blue flames head.
Wow.
Cool shit.
But do you ever think that maybe somebody's out there sometimes just like fucking with people? Like,
yeah.
Like they're out there, like some guy is just like...
That's what happened with Bigfoot.
Hey, let's I'm gonna put this thing on, right? it's good. I can get it to glow blue. I'm gonna go out there and fuck with some people tonight.
It's really just like a blue light inside of a skull. And then it's in some fishing, like someone's just holding it with a fishing wire and just fucking with somebody. Yeah, I mean, look that's what happened with Bigfoot and Nessie.
Yeah.
The Patterson footage was bullshit, and that was like the Bigfoot video.
Yeah.
And then you have the person that came out with that famous Nessie Loch Ness Monster photo, and it was just a big cutout made of wood in the ocean and in the lake. So, I mean, really... Both of those things were just people fucking with people. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It happens, yeah.
Like,
I think this shit is just made up.
Some people just fucking with people.
I just love
some guy out there is just like dressing up like the Glocester Ghoul and just fucking.
No, it's like this guy was in. Hold on, let me get the date again. 1896. This account was.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker went through some detail fucking making this happen. Some kind of like wheeled like. Cot with the lampshades in the front, and he's gotta have two assholes in the back, like, let's get the shit out of these fucking guys, man. Let's get the shit that the Gloucester monster, the Gloucester.
But just imagine if you do something, like that, huh?
You said
doo-doo. If you do something like that, right? Like, you make some sort of contraption that looks really scary, right? Not a lot of people are doing it back then, right? No. So... Just to think, somebody who comes across that in the woods is probably running and like telling everybody.
Yeah, and then the whole town knows about it, or you get it in the paper, and it's like you don't get the paper it takes fucking forever to get there, and then like you don't see your buddy Jeff for like 3 days, but the day you get the paper, a couple hours later, Jeff comes running to the door. Hey man, we made the paper. Did you see this shit? We can't tell.
We're the ghoul.
We can't tell anyone. This is the thing, like. It's just your joke, but if you got famous about it, like you want to tell people, but like if you do, you let it out of the bag.
Yeah, those guys are selling Glocester Ghoul t-shirts.
Oh yeah, the Glocester Ghoul. Such a cool name. Yeah, I love it.
That is a cool one.
Yeah.
A good one that I saw was also a really popular one was Dolly Ellen Cole.
Oh yeah.
The supposed witch of Foster. So she lived in the town of Foster, and she was known to be a natural healer, so using herbal remedies to heal afflictions, right? But she just, people suspected her of being a witch, obviously, because of this. And this was obviously in the late 1800s, so right around the time of the New England vampire scare, so people also thought she might have been a vampire too. Others nicely called her a whore. That was also
She does have the worst bio in everyone. She's like, she's a vampiric witch whore. That was
prostitute. Yeah. They didn't speak. They didn't. There was no. They didn't speak highly of her.
yeah, it sounds like she sucks.
Yeah.
Dick.
But basically, the townspeople all got together. The townspeople all got together in Foster, and they thought, okay, we're gonna take care of her. We're gonna burn her in her house, lock the doors, burn her in their house while she's away, so she can't use her witch powers against us.
Unfortunately, her family weren't there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, her young daughter is in there, not her.
Possibly her son too. I read.
Yeah, and so the house burnt down, and Dolly was coming back home, and obviously found the people out there, and the house burned down. So she swore revenge against the people of the town, and she actually apparently murdered a few people in the town.
Good for her.
A couple of townspeople. She seeked her revenge, and but later the people mobbed together, found her, and burned her alive.
I heard they. Oh yeah, that was that. There's another one when she was drowned.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
that
She perished by fire.
Oh, they burned her at the stake.
Yeah. Well, it's the only way to get rid of a witch. So.
Right. Well, in actuality, it sounds like she was just like a Eastern hippie vegan chick that was like.
Being a vegan back then really could have fucked you over.
She's probably just like doing like crystals and shit, like Eastern medicine stuff, and like it's really 50-50 shot with that shit. So that's like someone dies while she's performing these weird rituals. So then it's like she did it. She's the witch.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's multiple tales of her, but apparently still today, people go out to her gravesite in her burnt down house, and there's been stories of people being chased by a woman in a white gown chasing after them, and like all the experiences have all been like people were horrified. Like the says that those who went out there and encountered her barely speak of the experience because it was terrifying. Apparently, yeah. There's also some people who've went out there and obviously.
Wait, what? It just looked like you were about to laugh.
I was because I was thinking in my head. I'm thinking I watched a YouTube video of these two guys.
Yeah.
Just like doing a reading and stuff out there.
And they're just terrified?
No, they weren't. But they were like trying to be ghost hunters, but it was like really, really bad.
I swear, keep watching.
I was just watching it to see if they had any like information.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, I was watching. That was like I was doing research for the Tower Hill Road on YouTube, and there's like 100 videos of just people driving through the road because like everyone in the Rhode Island's like, oh, I could just take this YouTube video and maybe if something spooky happens, I could say I was a ghost hunter for a minute. And like it's really this middle-aged couple bitching it. Like it starts off, they're all excited, and she's all like, wow, look at this winding road. It's so fucking freaky. Da, da, da. And then, like, 5 minutes in, they're just, like, driving. You know? Just, like, getting pissed. Like, ooh, there's a trash can. These go get you.
These two guys that I watched literally went to her stone, and, like, they had the readers. And they had this thing, apparently, that if she put her arm over it, all the lights would go on it. Like, oh, if you just wave over this, the lights will go on. We're going to be here all night. And they're, like, walking around in the woods, the camera's on, and they're like reading it back, and it's like yes, and like it's saying like someone's, and I'm like, I don't know,
calling bullshit. I hate it like when you get like I know ghost hunters. I love the show, but they do this sometimes. Like you have the little equipment, and then they're so fucking fascinated about nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's blinking. It's blinking. Oh my god, this is crazy. Like, oh my god. Like fucking coming over this. Like, oh. And it's just literally just lights going over.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, relax. It's not the ghost.
But we don't have a degree in ghostology, so we'll never know.
We'll just have to go study a haunted place ourselves.
Yeah.
We do have to.
We'll have to go to Dolly Allen Cole's gravesite.
Is she
It's
buried in
grave 26, apparently.
Is that in Exeter?
It's in
Because I know Mercy.
Foster. Town of Foster.
I don't know. I was in Exeter.
Mercy Brown is Exeter.
Yeah, I went to her grave, and I seen the ghost that is there while we were there. We were just fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we didn't see anything. We were just scared of each other. Yeah. I told you guys last podcast. Yeah. Oh god. It was fun. Had a good time.
There were a couple, like when I was doing research of these, there were a couple of really like cool things. Like apparently all these people have come for, Mercy Brown and all these bigger ones.
No, like it's a big, it's like national.
Apparently people were, it's kind of fucked up, we're taking pieces of her stone as like mementos.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Fucked up.
No, it's like, I went there, when I went there, like we weren't the only ones there. There was like
a lot of people. It's
like another 12 people
Yeah.
at night in this graveyard fucking looking for ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, it's that common that you can just go on a random day and you won't be the only one there.
Imagine you are the ghost, right? And you're there and you're like, oh, fuck, more people. Like, you got tired of haunting people.
Listen,
It's like,
if I'm a ghost in a graveyard, I can't wait for new people to show up. Because then all you're seeing is fucking Greg next door that you hate, stuck next to this asshole, let's meet someone new, let's get the shit over that guy.
yeah, but imagine how tiresome it becomes if it's like every day.
What else do you have to do but you
Well, probably you wouldn't like doing it every
there's
day.
no ghost television?
Well, you don't know that.
Well, I hope to God there is. I'm on Ghost Flicks.
Ghost flicks. Ghost flicks.
Ghost Flicks.
Ghost flicks. Put together by...
Put together by...
Put together by... Well, there used to be Ghostbuster. But it went out of business.
Ghostbusters. Wow.
This glows flicks now.
I got it. That was good. I'll give it to you.
It's a monthly subscription, but...
But, yeah, I mean, I'd be okay being a ghost and seeing visitors. I pretty much haunt my fucking room right now.
Yeah,
TV magically turns on and off.
Yeah, but how pissed would you be if these people just kept coming into your room every fucking day?
I'd be
like
pissed.
Multiple people.
Yeah.
They're trying to like relax.
Laying all up in your bed.
Laying all up in your bed.
Alright, but what if it's like
your
a
room?
fucking... What if it's like a supermodel? That's like hot.
I doubt the people that... I don't think any supermodel ghost hunters are...
No, I'm not saying...
If I'm basing it on the two guys that I just...
yeah, I know.
I hope they don't watch this video and hate us. Or maybe I do.
Whatever. I could care less.
Nah,
I want to go. Take me ghost hunter with you. I'll say cool.
Like and subscribe, please.
It's fun.
I don't know. It's like it's really just nerds being nerds.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, like I played D&D. I never did fucking LARPing.
Yeah.
Not that I really wouldn't. I just don't know too many people that would go. But like that's like what ghosts. It's like they read up about the hauntings and all that stuff, and like you want to go boots in the ground and investigate it. But
Get
like,
some boots on the ground. Start ghost hunting.
I mean, I don't know. I would like to do it. I would like to go to some place and investigate it. It'd be cool.
I'd like to see if, 'cause it's always interesting because it's like, I'm one of those people who don't believe it until I see it. So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I think most people are like that, but some people are like, oh, they watch the Ghost Hunters, like, there's fucking ghosts. I watched it on the Ghost Hunters.
Alright, what was it? I wanted to bring up this movie that's on Hulu. It just came out. It's about ghost hunters. It's with Napoleon Dynamite and Justin Long and this other guy that you would know. I forget what else he was in though. He was in Numbers, the TV show. The big guy with the nose. He has a big nose, curly black hair. I don't know his name, but he's in it. He wants to be a ghost hunter. And the whole thing, his life is so fucking boring. Nothing happens. Same day, he owns a photocopying store. And then, spoiler alert, by the way. And then he goes to investigate some farmhouse that's supposedly haunted in the area. He's like, oh, this is a virgin site. We could go there because no one knows about it. It's haunted. Because the owner's like making keep outs, no trespassing signs, and he says, oh, it's haunted. Then they go there and then they see like these emaciated, like ghoulish apparitions, and they come to find out that meth heads and it's a meth lab. So they're haunting and they see like these ghoulish fucking fucked up people. And they're like, get out, get out. And then they end up getting captured by the drug dealers, and then there's a bunch of coke people meth heads making meth in the basement. Fucking awesome movie. It's hilarious, but yeah. I don't know why I just wanted to spoil that for the viewers, but
Ruined it for them.
I said spoilers alert. Spoilers alert. I swear, sometimes it's like, you know those dolls when you pull the string and just fucking shit comes out? I just feel like I gotta keep talking until the shit comes out, no matter if it's
There's
right
a
or wrong.
snake in my boot.
Seriously.
We let's not forget about the scariest house of all time
Oh, yeah.
in
Conjuring.
Harrisville.
The Conjuring.
Yeah, Conjuring House. So the house based on the Conjuring movie is here in Rhode Island, in Harrisville. The current owners still live there. They say that the place is very much haunted.
Yep.
It's very scary.
And they're opening it up to the public as a tour, right?
Yeah.
Is it a tour or like just like you spend the night there?
I don't know if you can spend the night there. I saw the video of them like talking about it. Basically, they were saying how
Like selling it. Like
yeah
you can come here and experience it first.
no they didn't. This is them like their interview after they had bought the house.
Oh, okay. I think I did see that footage.
Yeah. Then them asking them like, what is it like living in a haunted house? And they're talking about it. It's like, some weird things happen.
It's very spooky.
Very spooky. Obviously it has a rich history of paranormal activity. Apparently the original owner, not the original owners, the owner's
daughter.
yeah. Well, basically the people who bought it from. Wait, yes. So it changed hands several times. Like did it go up for sale by the state?
I'm not sure, but I know. I don't know. I know the guys just recently got it after the movie got big and really like promoted it.
Yeah.
But like I know the new guy. The new stuff happened within like 5 years. I think it was like 2010 or 11.
Yeah.
Some of that. It was not that long ago.
I know that basically, so from what I was reading about the history, was basically a couple bought the house not knowing anything about
It was fresh.
Yeah. They bought the house, and when they got it, they were there for a week, and they sold it, and like basically sold it like really cheap, and convinced this other couple
That it was a great
that
house.
it was a great house.
Yeah.
And they pawned it off on them, and the people who bought it basically were like hit financial hardship, and they couldn't sell it, so they had to live in this haunted house for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucked.
Miserable.
Because that's what the main story of the movie was like based on that family that had to stay
The
there.
hardship one?
Yeah. Because
I didn't watch any movies, actually.
I watched the movie. Listen, that movie was good. I like the movie, good scares in it, but the fucking house in reality is 100 times scarier than the house in the movie.
I bet.
The house in the movie looks like an idyllic, country house. The real life house looks like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's like an old wooden farmhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it
It
was
looks really good.
It looks like a small wooded cottage type thing. It's spooky.
With an
Like,
addition built onto it. Right?
Yeah, it's like on the side,
Yeah.
but it's not 2 floors. It's like
It's one.
It looks
It's a
like it's
long
one
ramp,
room.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really scary looking. But like the actual hauntings, like I saw an interview of the daughter that lived there throughout it, like because she had an interview with the new owners, and then they were like, she's talking about it, but she's really talking about it like she's selling it.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe it. Any of it really? She sounds like a flim flam woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't buy it. She was
the
too casual about the fucking ghosts.
The original people who bought it later apparently said that there was running when they were asleep. They were people like running up and down the hallways, knocking on the doors. Like somebody like really there.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
fucking with them.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Here's the thing: going to some place like that,
It becomes a tourist destination now.
Yeah, now it does. But I mean, like, what if it follows you home? You know?
What if it follows you home?
That's where I'm at.
I don't believe this shit, but I mean, it might be true. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, I kind of like this Steven guy. He's like, you know, I'm gonna live with this guy.
yeah. So I mean, like that shit.
He's going to an old house. I could live there.
Oh fuck! I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I guess I would go because I don't want people to think I'm a pussy. So I guess I would go, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would check it out.
Well, someone's living in it right now every day, like living in it.
That's what I mean.
Well,
Like, really, it's like
Yeah,
the people lived there for 10 years.
yeah. I mean, they're still alive.
They're all alive.
It might be weird, but
Yeah. You know, I feel like if they can live through it.
yeah. I mean, it was obviously tolerable because like they fucking lived there for 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, they had to, but like, I mean, you're not going to sell it to anybody when this is a movie deal.
What I mean, like, hey, if I'm being terrorized by a ghost and think like the shit in the movie happened to me, like there's literally a part of the movie when she's tied to a fucking chair with a sack over her head and she's floating around the fucking room. If I seen that in real life, I could be homeless. Like, you know, if my wife's literally levitating, bouncing around the floor like a fucking bouncy ball, then I'm gonna like. I think I could do better on the streets. You know? You know, I think I want to get my family away from there. You know? To the soup kitchen.
I think we should stay.
I think you're stupid. You just need to find a can in the corner, honey.
I mean, it's one of those things that I feel like now, if there's like a lot of people going there and staying there, it's like it kind of loses.
Yeah, it loses its.
Well, that's
experience.
what one of the owners said. Like after the movie came out, she denied what they were saying happened because so many people were going to their house. Like,
Yeah,
and
They
they were
lived there.
just literally they were. She was like, our house is becoming this like.
tourist destination.
Yeah, and she just used the word tourist, but she basically was like, they're making our lives hell, like trying to figure all this out.
More so than the demonic entity because that's like her house.
You know what's worse than demons? Other humans.
Oh god.
Hey,
Maybe that's why she was seeing demons all the time.
me and the demon got this worked out. You guys
are assholes.
You guys are assholes.
I buy all my plates and stuff at Goodwill. They can break as many as they fucking want.
It's
Over 10 years, we've grown to learn to live with each other.
we've grown to learn to live with each other. Seriously, your ghost socks? You're just gonna leave them in there?
Seriously, Ghost? You can't flush the fucking toilet? Green ectoplasm. All over the toilet.
Ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm. Remember ectoplasm?
From like the House on Haunted Hill.
All the old ones had like ectoplasm. We've
Yeah.
lost the ectoplasm.
Where did it go? Along with the ghosts.
That's funny. But yeah, let's
Oh, I was gonna make the lamest joke ever.
do
I
it.
gotta say it now.
No, I can't.
You have to.
This is not even funny. I was gonna say those ghosts no longer have the wet ass plasm.
Wet ass plasm. That's funny. You gotta have more confidence in your deliveries.
Yeah, the deliveries, they just gotta be there.
That was a funny
I was
joke.
gonna say it, but you guys were talking, and I didn't, if I was gonna say it, I was gonna be muffled.
Let's not forget about the legend of the fountain outside the
Say that word.
what? The Providence
Arbunarium?
Authunarium.
Authunarium?
Yeah. You may leave Rhode Island, but you are guaranteed always to return. Since this fountain in 1873, it's not the best condition to
It's old.
drink. Yeah, you probably shouldn't drink this water, but apparently those who did were cursed to always return to Rhode Island.
Sounds
no
like
matter
every
where they
Rhode
went.
Island born person ever.
And cursed to get COVID.
That's what brought COVID. It's that fucking person who decided that they're like, oh, I'm never going back.
I bet he was from China.
Moved to China. And he didn't come back.
No, he came back to Rhode Island.
Oh my god.
I can't fucking talk today. Just keep hearing my accent.
Oh, it's bad today.
And let's not forget about the great old Lad School.
Oh, Lad School. Classic.
For those of you who don't know, Lad School is in Exeter. It's an abandoned mental rehabilitation hospital. Many people who said that they went to the hospital have heard crying, whispering, glowing ghosts, glowing orbs, moaning, people in pain, and reports of people wandering the grounds.
They shouldn't have tore it down.
They shouldn't.
Like, that's a cool spot to be like, just to go and explore. I never got to go.
I went there and I remember they were tearing down building by building.
Yeah.
By 2013, it was all gone. But I remember when I went there, it was like 2009.
Yeah.
And not all the buildings, some of them were up, but they were in bad, like missing staircases and like fucking thing was in shambles.
You need a place like that.
Yeah.
Like for kids to just go there and fucking be stupid.
Fucking die.
No, that's just Dornism. You need to weed out the ones that,
Yeah.
that will get COVID.
All the great COVID fighters were lost in Lad School. We lost them all in Lad School.
But I mean, you need that. You need that like cool, like mysterious spot that's haunted in a town, especially like as small as Rhode Island. You need those little adventure places.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool little area, and like, I mean, it's scary per se, but like, I didn't.
It's just abandoned.
When I went, there wasn't any
activity.
Yeah.
Would you feel like it was scary? I feel like if you're alone, it's a different experience.
Yeah,
like,
I think if you're alone, maybe if you went in there with a group of friends,
it's not scary because you're with a group of friends.
Yeah.
Like whenever we went,
it was 3 of us who went, so it was like,
oh, that's.
But we didn't like.
We used to go there with like groups of 5 to like abandoned places.
Yeah.
So we rode pretty deep, so we weren't like it wasn't that scary. Like when we went to these places. But like I feel like if it was like 2 or 3, it'd be kind of freaky. Because then it's like.
I think it's freaky if you end up getting like separated from the group.
Yeah. And then
like if you're like maybe you're by yourself, that might be fucking pretty.
Yeah, scary. By yourself's freaky, and then
or maybe with one other person too. That could.
Yeah, because it's still only 2.
Something about having 3.
Yeah. At least
you get the 3. False sense of security. Yeah.
Well, just in case the meth head show up.
Well, I think I might have been like a little bit bigger then, so like I would have been the guy who got
caught.
I would have been the guy who got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the others would have been athlete. Yeah, well, you can run fast.
Yeah,
but like they can run a little faster.
All it takes is you trip up on one thing. That's it.
Yeah,
the Glocester Ghoul has you in his grips.
I was 100% the fat kid, the fattest one. I mean, I think at most times I was the fattest guy that wasn't running.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna get me.
Yeah.
I think that's why everyone invited me.
Well, yeah, you bring the fat guy because
you're like they're gonna get that guy.
All you have to do is be faster than the slowest guy, and like at least you know that one guy is gonna go before you.
Yeah, true. That's how you survive the hunt.
Or you bring somebody really clumsy.
Yeah. So you guys had the bases covered then.
Fuck you, man.
So wait, we did Tower Hill Road.
Mm-hmm.
So Tower Hill Road in Cumberland is supposed to be a paranormal hotspot. There's been strange sightings of the ghost boy and his dog.
How adorable.
And apparently a little ghost toddler on a tricycle.
That's scary as fuck.
That's terrifying. Tower Hill Road is a place to be.
That is like
you want the paranormal shit.
Yeah.
You just drive down Tower Hill Road and something might come up.
We should go.
Something might just pop up.
It's really not that interesting. I used to take that road to school all the time. The back roads through Cumberland.
Alright, we need to go at 2 o'clock when it is
The witching hour.
No, yeah, it's called
3,
the witch.
right?
It's,
The witching hour.
Is it 3 or 2?
I thought it was 3
It
a.m.
could be 3 or between
3:33.
Yeah.
Is it 3:33? Is that the one on the
Yeah.
clock that like it stops at that time in the movies? What
I
fucking
think it's-
movie is that?
3 o'clock
I
happens
think
a lot.
it's
It might be 3 o'clock.
3:33.
The New Zealand Oxford Dictionary identifies midnight as the time when witches are supposedly active. Psychological literature
That's not
suggests that apparitional experiences, sensed presences are most common between the hours of 2 and 4,
Okay.
corresponding with 3 a.m. peak in the amount of melatonin in the body.
3?
So
You're right,
basically, I
3.
think that's what it's saying. Is at 3 a.m. you get your sleepiest, which is when you're gonna see some shit.
Yeah, right. We gotta go. We gotta go there. Yeah, and it's
3
also like it's called the peak high strangeness hour. It's like the witching hour. Like it's like where the fucking hooky shit happens. We should go.
Yeah,
3
I
o'clock.
think so.
I'm down.
That's past my bedtime.
Also,
not tonight.
also
Oh, I know.
the Biltmore in Providence was named America's most haunted hotel.
Can you believe that?
For good reason, apparently. There's been stories of murders, ghost encounters, and visitors disappearing forever in the place. So, you know, rightfully so, apparently.
It looks so nice.
It's really old.
Yeah, it's really old.
Is this in Prov?
Yeah, you used to be able to see the sign right from
Yeah, that looks like a nice hotel.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure. It's
regarded
renovated
as nice.
now.
Yeah. If they changed the name, right? That's what they just changed
Yeah.
the name to.
Yeah, they
It's now
changed
the Graduate or something like that. Something
Yeah,
stupid.
Graduate or something.
I don't know.
Stupid as fuck.
Something about hotels, though. I don't know. I get the
Hotels
feeling
are sketchy.
like it would follow me home, you know?
I love hotels.
You think they all left? They all checked out when they renovated. they just followed the people that day. Hey, checking out? Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that was
as
good.
he's walking out.
I guess. This place was real spooky when I was in it.
Just lost its spookiness. I'll go with this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fred. But yeah, I don't know. I would go to the Tower Hill Road though. See what that is. Again,
Tower Hill
like
Road?
100 people went there already, and people pass
Yeah.
it every day.
I think we missed the opportunity for the Biltmore. The Biltmore, I think,
Yeah.
is gone.
I think it's done too.
There might be places in there that are still old, but
Room
think it's gone.
1408.
what about the Devil in South County, North Kingstown,
Oh yeah, I heard
where
about
supposedly Satan himself visited?
that. Leapt around in New England, where he met his bride, Little Rhodey. Someone made this up.
Yeah.
A bride, Little Rhodey.
Apparently, though, the pictures that I saw look like a hoof and like an actual human print.
That's what it looked like.
In the granite. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like an actual human foot. The hoof is more like, it could be a hoof. I don't know.
Well, who's?
It's just
It's
that
a hole.
shape. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's like there's accounts of this all down the East Coast of like finding hoof prints in stone. Like I guess like there's a myth going around that he ran down the
Went down to
East
Georgia.
Coast.
Devil went down to Georgia.
That's where that was the end of the destination.
Yeah.
And then
He was looking for a soul to steal. That's what I heard.
Yes.
And then the mysterious runes. They can only be seen for 20 minutes each day at a low tide
Where
in
is this?
Narragansett.
Narragansett, the beach.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's at the beach.
See,
So this says that there's runes that they appear for 20 minutes each day in a low tide, and they have medieval-like scriptures on them. Some people say that they're Viking.
They look Viking.
Yeah.
If you've seen, like I've seen pictures of it, I'll put it up on the video right now.
And it could be real or hoax. You know, some people say that, but this goes back a long time, and they say that
Well, it's
people
easy to fake.
could have etched these in there.
And just threw it off a boat.
Yeah.
I'll put it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have happened.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. Or it could have been a really old stone.
It's on display now.
It's on display, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, some
literally
rich guy took it out.
Yeah.
Some rich guy took it out because people kept stopping in front of his beautiful view.
Oh, and like,
So he took it out.
Can you imagine being such a pretentious dick?
Yeah.
Just
Some guy was like,
You live in fucking Narragansett. Relax.
he was like,
Relax.
voters apparently kept like congregating in that area.
God.
Isn't it
When
cooler?
you pay the big bucks, to live by the sea, you just don't want all these boat people.
He's
Just,
the boat people are like bougie.
not the lowly boat people.
No, they're like
not
the houseboats.
the charter boats.
Charter boats. I want a houseboat. Then I'm gonna park in front of this guy's house and wave to him as I take my morning piss.
Also, in the same area, the woods of Narragansett, there's the witch's altar and the druid chair, with mysterious circle of stones around the chair making altar, which I actually have been to, but I was young.
Did you really go there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See anything spooky?
No, it was a day.
How was the day? Was it cool though?
Yeah. But it's one of those things that like I was a kid, so
Yeah.
I feel like now I might enjoy it a little more.
You know what? I think as a kid I wouldn't like.
I didn't even know what the fuck was
I
going on.
wouldn't give a shit.
I was like,
No, like as a child,
cool.
Any of this shit, I would have been like, I'm not scared. This is bullshit. But as an adult, I'd be like,
well, I don't even know if it was presented to me as being serious.
Oh, it's just
So it's
like a
something
thing.
just to go and see.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's not haunted. Or it gave me to hell or something.
But apparently, it's a witch's altar and a druid's chair right next to each other.
What's a druid in real
A
life?
druid's
I know what it
a forest person who's like really in touch with nature and has mystical properties about him.
Like I knew the class druid in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I keep referring to D&D this actually.
Yeah.
I know what a druid is in that, but in real life I never knew what the
Fucking nerd.
I don't know what a druid is in actual reality though.
Yeah, I think it was just
It's like a bush guy, like
somebody in touch with nature, but a druid is along with the mythical people.
So are they like a paganistic
pagan
worshiper?
people. They were druid. I think that it was really popular in the Scotland.
Yeah.
When the Romans came over, those people
They were like
druids.
they were like the free people
Mhm.
behind the wall, over the wall in Game of Thrones.
Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Oh well, in Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
it was a free folk.
Yeah, the free folk.
Yeah. Druids were just those who lived beyond Hadrian's Wall.
Oh, alright. Side story though, the libertarian Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
I recommend you checking that out. Type in libertarian Game of Thrones
on YouTube.
on
Yeah,
YouTube.
it's pretty funny.
Check that out. You will like it. It's hilarious.
I mean, there were many more of these. It's crazy how many of these like urban legends.
Yeah, I didn't think there was that many.
I didn't like as soon as we started talking about urban legends. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to actually bring in other ones because we can't just talk about Rhode Island ones. But
There's
we
a
have
lot.
literally talked for almost an hour on
Yeah.
Rhode Island urban legends, and I mean, there's a lot of interesting ones. So much so that I was like, I actually kind of want to go out and see some of these.
Yeah, me too. Like, I definitely would like to check some shit out. And like, the only thing is, there's a lot of them, but you gotta look for them.
Yeah.
They're not just
Yeah, you
hanging
have
out
to
there.
find them.
Like,
Like
you
a
could-
lot of people have said that. Like when they were talking about these, they're
Yeah,
like,
like
"You're in the wrong spot." Like people are like, "You're fucking in the wrong area."
no,
idiot."
none of that. I'm saying on the internet, like they're not like you have to find like an article of like the top 5 places in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Haunted places in Rhode Island. You gotta find that and then research each topic and then see what's cool.
I
And it's
had
not
to-
like.
I had to go off and find individual.
Yeah, I just
so
too.
many.
Like there was like I'd find a list and then just go into it. But like, yeah, like the like who the hell ever heard of the Fingernail Freddy?
Yeah.
Like, no one. And then like, but you go online and you gotta find it, but it's there.
There are a lot of cool ones, and there's a lot of cool places. Let us know definitely if you heard anything that we mentioned in the comments and you've been there. Let us know. We'd like to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because we're also interested in going and seeing some of these places ourselves. there's a lot of cool places just in this local area that you can explore.
I think 3 o'clock, we walk down Tower Hill Road, walk down.
Just walk.
Just walk.
We might have a chance of getting hit by a car.
Well, we gotta have reflective vests.
We will be the ghosts. I'm gonna haunt that motherfucker.
Well, at least we won't be alone. No, we go there with cameras and reflective vests at 3 a.m.
And then the ghosts are like, look at these fucking squids with their reflective vests.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Thank you everyone though for watching today. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and like and subscribe to us on our multiple social media on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube obviously, and Twitter. And definitely like and comment below and let us know what you think about the episode, and if you have any suggestions for future episodes.
Alright everybody, bye.
Thank you everyone.
See how smooth that was?
Bye.
I don't like that last time.